Something was wrong in the state of Denmark. The king was dead, wizard by sucker in his fortune. Someone was saying, his brother is a new king. And the queen, Hamlet's mother, was not our brother's wife. Hamlet has become deeply upset, and he built her grim a barrel for the past. As Hamlet kept watch with his friend Horatio on the battlements of Elsnore Castle, his father's ghosts appeared to him. They told him how Claudius had murdered him. List, go list, if thou didst ever die, then father love, revenge is foul and most unnatural murder. Murder most foul. This given out that living in mine orchard, a serpent stung me, but now thou noble youth, that think thy father life now wears his crown. Oh, my prophetic soul, my uncle Claudius and Gertrude accused him dead evil. Hamlet comes in and they quarrel because they are frustrated with Hamlet's defense behavior.
But now, my cousin Hamlet and my son, how does the cloud still hang on you?
Good Hamlet, do not forever what thy dear lives, seek for thy noble father in the dust. All that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh God, God, how wearisome to me are the uses of this world. Hamlet kept the ghost revelation secret, but all the court knows how unstable Hamlet had become. Even though Ophelia, his girlfriend, suffered from Hamlet's depressed behavior. I did love thee once. Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so. You should not have believed me. I loved you not. I was the Lord's king. Get thee to a nunnery. Go. Farewell. And I, amongst ladies most thankful and rich, and suck the honey of his music mouths. Oh, woe is me who have seen what I see what I see. Unable to trust anyone at court, Hamlet felt miserable and confused. Should he take his own life or that his father's murderer, Claudius? To be or not to be, that is the question. Was it his noble in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or by taking up arms against his troubles, and by opposing in them, to die, to sleep, no more?
Then the arrival of the acting troupe gave him an idea of how to unmask King Claudius. He would get them to reenact the girl's version and see how Claudius reacts to the play.
I'll have these plays. Play something like the murder of my father before my uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tend him to the fish. If he but blinks, I know my course. The place of thing watches the conscience of the king. Before the ephemeral court, the actors on Hamlet's orders were on their play, mimicking the ghost story of his murder and his consequences. Claudius was so affected by the murder scene that he rushed from the room. Hamlet no longer doubted his uncle's guilt. With Claudius being first blasted by suspected and by natural magic and diabolical usurpation.
Give me some light. Away!
Later Hamlet with his friend Horatio is wandering in the cemetery brooding about death and humanity. He noticed a great deal working with the body, and Hamlet is informed that the body is his family's form. This Sunday school stuff was your experience. And Kings. At last, poor Lord, I knew Horatio, a fellow of infinities, of most excellent things. He has won me on his back 1,000 times. Now how poor he is in all this. Claudius and Leontes plotted to kill Hamlet and make his death look like an accident. They would tempt Hamlet into a sword fight, whereby Leontes would use a poisoned sword instead of a blunted sword. Claudius also prepared a cup of poison drink in case Leontes failed to kill him. The stage was set to dispose of Hamlet.
The queen carouses to that question, Hamlet.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
It is a poison cup. It is too late.
My lord, I'll hit him now. Leontes, you come with your best. Go for the third time, Leontes. You come with your best violence.
Say you so. Go on.
Next, come on, baby.
Have it now.
What?
While this fight was happening, Leontes dropped his poison sword, as Hamlet dropped his, and they each picked up the other sword. Hamlet, it is here, Hamlet, thou art slain, the judge's instrument in thine hand, and basically been the king!
The king, stop right! Hamlet forces Claudius to drink from the poison cup.
Oh, you defend me, friends! I am but hurt!
Drink out this potion. Is that you here? Follow my mother. Oh God, Horatio, is that
Union.
entity wire to drive that green, and tear my skull, rest in silence.
Not cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince, and the place of angels see least without use.
Before any questions, we would like to